Hey, it's your pal Palamation, and it's time for yet another top 5. This time I wanted to talk about one of my favorite multiplayer games of all time, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. One of the main reasons I love Smash so much is the massive character roster. It's amazing to see so many of my favorite video game characters all in one place. I'm a fan of several different game series, so naturally there's still some characters I hope to see make the cut. At the time of this recording, we have 5 characters left to be revealed for Fighter Pass 2. I'm going to try and make this list mostly in the realm of possibility, while picking characters that are either one of my favorites or just a character I really think deserves a spot. I'll explain my reasons for wanting each character, the obstacles they'll have to overcome, and whether I think they stand a real chance or not. With all of that out of the way, let's get into it. At number 5, we have Dixie Kong. Donkey Kong Country 2 is one of the greatest games of my childhood and has one of the best soundtracks of any game, period. So while this is definitely a bit of a nostalgia pick for me, I think Dixie really deserves a spot in this roster. Seeing as Donkey Kong was the second character added to Smash and one of the first ever Nintendo IPs, it's criminal that his series is only represented by 3 characters. Donkey Kong has done well in breaking away from the Super Mario series and really making a name for himself. He has a huge cast of bright and colorful Kongs, with Dixie easily being one of the greatest. While many fans view her as a possible Diddy echo, I believe her hair alone gives her quite the moveset potential. There's really not much going against Dixie either, as she's a first-party character and Nintendo hasn't really been shy about using her, even giving her a recent spot in Mario Kart Tour. As for chances, I sadly don't see her making the cut due to no new games to advertise. While she does appear in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Switch, I feel Nintendo is far more likely to add in first-party characters to promote newer titles. Another hit against her would be the fact that we were just given King K. Rool, and I don't see Nintendo wanting to give one of the very limited spots to another DK rep. I'd love to be proven wrong though, and see this fan-favorite Kong blast her way into the roster. For number 4, we have Master Chief. Now, before you click off of this video, yes, I know this character is highly unlikely, but just hear me out. Smash Ultimate is doing a great job at representing not only several different game series, but several different genres of gaming as well. One that is missing despite being one of gaming's most prevalent genres is the first-person shooter. FPS games have really exploded in the last couple decades, and with it came one of the genre's most popular series, Halo. Now, I'm not a huge FPS gamer, but Halo's breathtaking settings, emotional soundtrack, and fast-paced gameplay drew me in like no other. To me, Master Chief is the face of FPS gaming. While series like Call of Duty and Battlefield certainly rival Halo's popularity, these series lack an iconic mascot like this legendary Spartan. Chief is easily one of the most recognizable and loved video game characters in history, and while Doomguy could definitely take his spot in the roster, I'm not nearly as attached to the character, and based off of what I do know about him, he's a bit too violent and gory to be properly represented in Smash. While he could definitely be toned down, I feel this would take away the very thing fans love most about him. The biggest obstacle for the Chief is his Microsoft exclusivity. He's only ever appeared on Xbox and PC, and it's highly unlikely he'll ever make his way to the Switch. While some characters like Cloud and Joker made it in the roster with little to no Nintendo games, they at least came from companies that heavily support Nintendo, and eventually starred in Switch titles through the Final Fantasy VII port and Persona 5 Scramble. Smash also tends to cater much more to its Japanese fanbase, and seeing that Xbox and FPS games don't have nearly as much of a market in Japan, Chief's chances are very slim. Still, with Microsoft and Nintendo really hitting it off lately, there's always a glimmer of hope that we'll see Master Chief shatter all expectations. My number 3 spot goes to a series I have invested hundreds of painstaking hours into, and it's Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter initially drew me in with the Zelda and Fire Emblem costumes, and I have a blast on my Switch running around as Marth with Mario and Mega Man Palicos. After playing Monster Hunter World, I grew a much deeper appreciation for this game's original content, and it's for that very reason I think Monster Hunter would make an amazing rep. The sheer amount of unique and bizarre weapons provide unlimited moveset potential. By making each attack use a different weapon such as the Insect Glaive, Switch Axe, Charge Blade, etc., Monster Hunter could have possibly the most diverse and interesting moveset in the entire game. The series' hundreds of armor sets provide several options for alternate costumes, with the Rathalos armor clearly being the default. I could see them using male and female alts, each getting 4 sets of matching armor to wear. As far as obstacles go, Monster Hunter really doesn't have much against it. The game already has content in Smash, such as the Rathalos appearing as a boss/assist trophy, and a Mii costume in the Wii U and 3DS games. Nintendo provides the series with several crossover outfits and events, so I doubt Capcom would have any problem giving Nintendo the same treatment. And unlike Halo, the Monster Hunter series has been heavily featured on Nintendo consoles. The only things I could really see going against it is Smash already having 3 Capcom reps, and Dante from the Devil May Cry series being the slightly more popular pick. Still, I'd say Monster Hunter has a fairly decent chance of making it in, and seeing as we haven't seen the Mii costume return yet, I'm still holding out hope. Number 2 goes to a very special boy in my heart, and that's Bandana D. My fiance is completely obsessed with the Kirby series, so naturally we played through several of the games together. I initially chose Meta Knight as my go-to character, but I soon grew fond of the bandana-clad warrior. Like fire, hellfire. And he quickly rose through the ranks as Kirby's right-hand man. He's essentially become the Luigi of the Kirby series, so seeing him absent from Smash just doesn't feel right. Kirby is one of Nintendo's biggest and longest running series, so similar to Donkey Kong, it deserves more than just 3 reps, especially seeing as Kirby hasn't gotten any new characters since Brawl. Bandana D would complete the 4-player lineup found in games such as Return to Dreamland and Star Allies, so adding him in would make the Kirby roster finally feel complete. Bandana D unfortunately suffers the same issues as Dixie, where Nintendo has no promotional reasons to push him. He could possibly boost sales for Star Allies, but Nintendo is more likely to pick first-party characters to promote new releases, such as the new Pokemon rep to boost Sword and Shield DLC sales. This combined with Sakurai not being his creator, so having no real attachment to him, definitely hurts his chances. However, among polls, Bandana D's been a clear top contender and quite possibly the most popular first-party pick. So if Nintendo pays attention to fan demand over product placement, then he stands a very good chance. Also, don't you dare say he's just a common Waddle Dee and not a real character. I will fight you. And at the number 1 spot, we have the only character from my intro animation not in Smash, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Mega Man X has a Mii costume, so I'm counting it. Now, I understand Sora is quite the divisive pick, but I'll get to that in a little bit. For now, I want to talk about why I think Sora would be great for Smash. He's an insanely popular character, and has arguably more worldwide appeal than any other highly requested fighter. Take for example a character like Crash Bandicoot, who appeals to American and UK audiences, but not nearly as much to Japanese. Or a character like Arl, who is beloved in Japan but hardly known here in the West. Sora is popular wherever you go, and is likely to bring a huge chunk of the PlayStation fanbase over to the Switch. While he could definitely be viewed as another sword fighter, anyone who's played Kingdom Hearts knows that this boy's moveset could be insane. He has several combos, finishers, and spells to draw from, as well as a Keyblade capable of transforming into several other weapons, such as dual pistols. Also, the music for Kingdom Hearts is insanely good, and seeing as the composer for the series has already worked on music for Smash, it would probably be much easier to obtain than Final Fantasy's soundtracks. Now, the big issue everyone loves to bring up against Sora is Disney. Disney owns the rights to Sora, but I don't think this is really as big a deal as everyone makes it out to be. Seeing as Disney has allowed Fortnite access to several Marvel and Star Wars characters, you know, 2 of their biggest IPs, I doubt they'll have much issue allowing a single character they hardly own be in a game that doesn't involve making their own characters shotgun each other in the face. Disney is all about going where the money is, and man would there be a decent chunk of change to be made here. Kingdom Hearts also has more than enough original content to be properly represented in Smash without any Disney IPs. The only issue I could see would be the Mickey emblem on Sora's Keyblade. But Nintendo has already proven they aren't afraid to alter a character's design to be appropriate for Smash. Or they could just give him the Shooting Star Keyblade and call it good. The vice president of Disney Japan even said he would be alright with Sora in Smash as long as Nintendo initiated it and the fan demand was there. Also no, Disney is not mad at Nintendo over them making a park in Universal Studios. That's a stupid argument. Nintendo isn't owned by Disney, so there's no reason they would put an entire park in Disney World. I'd say overall, Sora has a pretty decent chance of getting in the game. While it's true he may have a few more legal hurdles to jump over than other characters, Sakurai has already proven he is willing to go above and beyond for the fans. Nintendo has to know he is one of the highest requested characters and easily a character that would rake in tons of dough. Plus, his second Fighter's Pass needs an internet-breaking character like Banjo was for the first, and if anyone would fill that slot, it's Sora. His inclusion would also help promote the new Kingdom Hearts title coming to the Switch in November. One last interesting tidbit for Sora is the official Pokemon Twitter just made a post referencing the lyrics to Kingdom Hearts Simple and Clean. Sakurai himself then tweeted out a picture of Cloud falling in water, which closely resembles the opening cinematic for Kingdom Hearts. While likely just fun little shoutouts, the fact that these tweets appeared so close together seemed worth noting. So that's my top 5 most wanted DLC characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm already very happy with the roster for Smash, so even if none of these characters make it in, I won't be too bummed out. Though, let's be real, no one wants another Pokemon rep, but we're probably getting one anyway. I already know there's some controversial picks on this list, so whether you liked it or not, I'd love to hear your thoughts, as well as what characters you want to see make the cut. So feel free to comment all that below and leave a like while you're at it. I make tons of Nintendo and gaming related videos, so please stick around for a while and check those out. And I don't know, maybe subscribe or something, you know, if you have time. I plan to make a video soon about giving each Smash character a new alternate costume, so keep an eye out for that as well. Until then, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. Have a good one.